Can you not?
A town gripped by fear. Gotcha. A fear new to this ancient settlement. A deadly new fear of these men. A fear of excitement, the like of which the town has never ever witnessed before. A fear of tourists. Albert Higgins is a nearby local trader in nearby local Stratford.
Yeah, well, we used to take hundreds in the old days from all the yanks and nips and frogs and that on the Shakespeare kick line, but now it's only little plastic drunkard statuettes and souvenirs that we can unload on the unsuspecting world public line. I've got 15,000 genuine miniature Japanese plastic Bar of Avon busts. Let's put out the back there. It's got to the stage now where I'm someone will come along and nick the bloody things off the train from on the insurance. Because I ain't going to get any bloody return on them in any other way. Shakespeare's finished in this town now. It's drunkards this, drunkards that, and drunkards the other now. In fact, it'd pay me and the rest of the town to have the old place burnt down on the insurance. Yeah, that's the thought, isn't it? You got it right, mate, eh?
But what other places in South Warwickshire that have become so connected with the group that they have become more than mere tourist attractions, but shrines to many millions of tourists from all over the world who every year flock to see them? Stig Backbone of the South Stratford Tourist Board.
Well, Mr. Marchbanks, I think in general Henley is a genuine attraction for most tourists, but in particular three buildings draw them in. The first is Mitchell's Old House, which is now an official Drunkards Fan Club museum. The famous Red Lion pub, where they often used to hang out and get pissed, and the famous local post office where Mitchell and King used to work in part-time. Outside Henley we have the famous Red Lion in the famous village of Blaverdon, and the famous Cross Keys in the equally famous and notable town of Stratford further south. These days the whole area is generally scoured by tourists for one reason or another. Some of the locals make hundreds out of selling their stories to the various famous world circulation newspapers, and that's just the girl. All this tourism is basically bringing millions into the area every year. It is also ruining the famous local countryside. For example, take these famous high-rise hotel blocks here. They're empty for half the year. In fact, during the peak of the famous tourist season, the population of the town nearly doubles. But in winter, nothing. They even warned the famous Mount Way. We've had so many. 2 years ago it was 30 foot high. Today it is only a tenth of that. A famous end to a famous monument, you'll agree.
Gary Mitchell of the now infamous group.
Oh yeah, I mean, we criticise the place like mad, sure, but when all's said and done, I've still got a soft spot for Henley after all this time. It's a swamp in the south of Florida.
Take, for example, this girl, Miss X. She is now worth well over $500,000 after having sold the full, compromising and unabridged account of her relationship with Graham King to the News of the Sun, while a collection of assorted recollections of the group, made by just a few of the people they knew quite well before their dramatic and undeserved climb to fame, has recently grossed over £10,000 in hardback alone. Graham King.
I don't think all this fame has really got that attention that much, but it's still basically the same people underneath it all. We're just as nasty, less of us, drunken and disagreeable as ever we were, if not more so. In some cases I could mention, but I won't. I don't want to mention names, but give us a tenner extra, and I will do.
Marjorie Bates is chairwoman of the Town Improvement and Conservation Committee.
We would like to see a basic situation or scenario as of this moment in time whereby the annual intake of tourists into Henley was limited to 10,000 a year gross persons, and this we feel would thereby preserve the natural beauty, charm and backwardness situation of the area as of this moment in time. We don't really want Henley to be brought into the 20th century until well into the year 2000, or possibly later if it's at all possible to do so, as of this moment in time's basic scenario situation set up.
I went on one of the conducted tours of the town, and I recorded the journey for posterity. Unfortunately, it was so boring I fell asleep, and the recorder was mercifully switched off throughout my journey through the land of Nod. So, instead, Let's see now how the group has been directly helping the collective basic ethnic area. Marjorie Bates again.
Yes, well, they've done a lot for the area in many ways, I must admit. They've financed many improvements to the town in recent years. Just the other week, they hired 2 Israeli Air Force Phantoms to flatten both Glenhurst Road and Blackford pastures. They've paid for the high school to have its headmaster misassassinated. They financed the airport, the building of the entertainment complex to give the townspeople something to do of an evening. They've even made the buses run on time. And all in all, they've done many unpleasant little jobs that nobody else wanted for the community as a whole, notably having nearly half it killed off by not living here themselves.
Harry Holland remembers.
Henley? It's a right bloody dump. I hate the place. No child of mine's living there, not if I can help it, they're not.
Andrew Batchelor again. I was one of the lucky ones. I lived in Clarendon. And so, from Henley, good night.